And this is the cleanest I've been in 8 months.
Really?
Like physically.
Why is that? Because you're on the streets?
Because I went through cars and I stole clothes.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
So that's how you make money?
Like the stuff that's illegal, like, is it okay if I, like, are you gonna bleep that stuff out?
No, I'm going to talk. I told you about this on the phone. I'm going to talk. That's what we do here. Talk about all your dirt. If you're not comfortable with it, you should not do this. You should not do this.
Is it okay if I cry?
Sure, everybody cries.
Okay.
I mean, you can not talk about all your dirt, but
No, people need to understand. People need to understand where it goes. Okay.
so let's just start at the beginning. Where'd you grow up? Where are you from?
I'm from. Well, I was born in Connecticut. But I was raised in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. In the South.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very South.
Yeah.
Like, yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Hattiesburg is about as deep as you can get in the South.
Correct.
I've been there.
Yeah.
What was your family like growing up?
Tumultuous. So my real dad, he lives in Connecticut. But he was abusive. He was very abusive towards my mother and my sisters, but not towards me for some reason. They always called me the golden child back then because he never took his anger out towards me. Yeah, when I was 5, my mom took us all in the middle of the night and moved us to Mississippi because that's where she's originally from, and that's the only family she knew. So yeah, I have 2 sisters. I don't want to name them. But I will say they're doing amazing. They're doing fantastic.
Good for them.
I can say one's a doctor, one's a lawyer.
That's great.
And, you might have to scrub that part.
We're not mentioning names.
Okay. Yeah. What else do you want to know?
What was your childhood like? How would you describe it? So it sounds like you were the golden child, and that sounds like a positive, but there must have been some rough spots.
Yeah. So we moved into a neighborhood named Canebrake in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Canebrake is like the nicest neighborhood in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. And I loved it. It was amazing. It was the best childhood I could have ever had. It was great. It was everything I could have ever wanted. There's a lot of land, so we had 4-wheelers and golf carts, and it was our house was on a lake, so we had a boat, and we, the whole 9 yards. It was great during the summer. We had a big boat.
So no rough spots.
No rough spots. 0 rough spots. 0. My stepdad's even a pilot. He has a plane. So there were no rough spots.
How far are you going to school?
I did 2 years of college before I couldn't function anymore.
Because of
Drugs.
drugs?
I was spending too much, and it was taking too much of my time to come up with the money to get the drugs. So I just could not keep going. Yeah. Yeah, it was. I mean, the love of my life, Lindy Bryant. We were together for 9 years, and I let drugs come between me and her. It's one of my biggest regrets. I always thought I'd end up with her. She was perfect in every way, and I thought I'd end up with her. Obviously didn't.
What drug did you start with?
I'm sorry?
What drug did you start with?
So, I have generalized anxiety disorder. So I started with Xanax. I'm not gonna say who, but one of my friends, his dad had a prescription for everything. Xanax, Percocet, you name it, he had it. And he would give them. They were for him, but he would give them to the kid. I think kind of like to shut him up. And I remember being really curious about Xanax. And I asked him if I could have a couple of the Xanax. And I remember I didn't take them for a while. They sat in my closet for a month or 2 months. I remember I remember exactly. They were blue little footballs. And eventually I was actually in science class, and I was bored, and I took one, and I fell in love. Lindy is like my human love, but like I had found it, like that was my love, like just me being as anxious as I am, like the way I describe it is, it's the way you always wanted to feel. That's the way I describe it. Yeah.
So you used Xanax for how long?
Well, I'm 25, and I've used it since I was 12.
And you're still using?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are there other drugs you're using now?
Oh, yeah. IV fentanyl. In fact, I took 45 Xanax. No one's gonna believe me on camera. I took 45 Xanax yesterday.
45?
Because I thought I was going to rehab today, and I wanted to get really high before. So I took 45 Xanax bars because I have a massive tolerance. I have to take 15 to 20 just so I don't seize up a day. Because they're so cheap here. I mean, I don't want to give people information, but the Xanax here is cheap. And then secondary is probably fentanyl. I usually spend like $10. There's no real way to like measure like how much it is, so I just say like I spend $10 on it. But yeah, no, I have to spend like 40 on Xanax, so I spend about $50 a day. Yeah. It's pretty brutal.
And how are you making money?
I'll tell you any way I can. Boosting. I'm sure everyone knows what that is. It's where you steal from stores.
And then usually resell it
and resell it, yeah.
To somebody who's connected with
the
people that sell it again.
Yeah.
The resellers.
And what else you can do is so when you're on fentanyl, usually you're slumped over, like that, and you're not there. You're basically asleep,
mm-hmm.
and your bag will be beside you. And when you see someone like that, you just take it. It sounds so awful, and like I feel so bad saying it, but like it's so hard out here. It's so hard, man. Like I never thought I'd stoop so low.
Then you break into cars as well?
Yeah. I never break anything, but what I do is I go up and down the streets, and I pull the handle, and if it opens, I go through the car. But I never break anything. Which, if I stay out here for another year, I think I'll probably graduate to breaking things.
A lot of people do that too.
Yeah.
And where do you live? Where do you stay? Let me back up a bit. Do you sleep?
It's hard. Okay, well, one thing I haven't told you is I take methadone. So fentanyl used to be my number one drug. But now that I take methadone, methadone gives me the option to not get high. Methadone gives me the option to not have to use fentanyl because it keeps the withdrawals away for 2 days. 1 to 2 days. And I'm on it. I was doing really well. I didn't do fentanyl for like 120 days. But something just nagged at me. It's like the devil on your shoulder. And yeah, I ended up using again. It's such a vicious circle. I have no contact with my family. I haven't talked to them in 4 years. And they do very well for themselves. I don't want to say who they are, but they do property management and sell houses. So they live in Florida. And they do very well. And I have 2 sisters, a stepdad, and a mom, and none of them will answer my phone calls. And if they see that it's not a California number, and they answer it, as soon as they hear my voice, they decline it.
How did you create that kind of behavior?
Well, you also have to understand that they're from the Bible Belt. They're from Mississippi. They don't believe that addiction is a disease. I think that they think I'm out here having a great time. I think they think this is what I want to be doing. And I mean, every day I wake up and I'm just like, it sucks. Sucks. And you get GR. I mean, some people get GR. I get GR. And EBT, which is EBT is $290 for food. And GR is $220 cash. But it's almost a waste because I pull that $220 out and I just go spend it right on drugs. I mean, that's not helping me, Like I need help. Because like I'm gonna die. And that's not a suicidal thing.
Have you OD'd?
Yes. Could you pass me another tissue? Thank you. Yes, I have OD'd 8 times. My first OD was in Miami. Yeah, my first OD was in Miami. So I actually got some heroin down there. And I don't know what was in it, but as soon as I was in a sober living. Everyone had left though. So, of course, I had a rig and I had heroin. And they found me with the needle still stuck in my arm. I mean, it must have just been really strong stuff. 'Cause they took me to the hospital and I was in a coma for 8 days. Because it was something with my heart. My heart was going from like 30 beats a minute to 185. And at some point, they just had to, it's like there was nothing else they could do. They just had to pull the plug and see if it would beat correctly on its own. Like, family that I haven't seen in 20 years was around the room. When I woke up, there's the family that you only see like when you're dying, So that was the first time, and then all the other times were here. It's been, I think, 5 or 6 times. I also went into a coma. I overdosed at a bus stop, I overdosed at a bus stop. I have no idea who called. I have no idea how it happened, but I woke up on the ventilator with all the tubes down my throat. They said they had to use the I don't know what it's called, but they didn't have enough people to give me CPR, because you get tired doing CPR. They didn't have enough people to rotate, so they put the electric CPR machine on me, and that kept me alive until we got to the hospital. And I've overdosed. And then the other overdoses, I just got Narcan and I didn't go to the hospital. I declined the hospital. 'cause like I used to do stuff like I have 45 hours private pilot private pilot. I'm high right now.
Private pilot license.
Private pilot license. Yeah, I have 45 hours. I only need 5 more hours in Florida to get my license. I've always wanted to be a pilot. Man, I've had so many opportunities that I just threw away. Like, I'm not saying woe is me. Like, I'm not saying pity me. Like, I threw away so many opportunities. So many. Like, I know my mom, she wanted the world for me. But, I mean, at some point, you just can't take it anymore. You know? The collateral damage is just too much. And I understand that. It's just such an insidious disease. You know? It's like cancer. I mean, I don't want to disrespect anyone with cancer. I don't know what cancer is like. But it feels like it's gotta be like cancer. Like I'm just gonna wither away. You know?
And rehabs you've tried?
I've been to 15 rehabs. From Miami to Mississippi to Tennessee to North Carolina to New Jersey to New York to Colorado to California. And there could be more.
And you're going again tomorrow?
I'm going.
Or today?
I'm going tomorrow. Basically, I just kind of want to have one last hoopla, and then I'm going.
The fact that you want to have one last hoopla tells me there's going to be more.
But
time on with the drugs.
I found a really good place, college. This one I'm going to, the detox. They'll let me stay on my methadone. When I'm on my methadone, I don't do fentanyl. The methadone really does work. Like, it saves lives. Like, I wish it didn't have such a negative reputation. Because it really, really does save lives. If you can get into the routine, find yourself a time each morning that you're going to go and get it. And then eventually, once you have a clean drug test, you know, you get take-homes. So you can take home like 2 weeks worth of medicine at a time. I just haven't been able to get there yet. And if you're homeless, you can't get take-homes. So I'm not eligible right now.
What about the Xanax addiction?
That's complicated.
It sounds like that's your big drug now. If you're taking how many yesterday?
I took 45.
If you took 45 Xanax, that's not going to be easy to slow down.
That's why I have to go to this detox. Because, like, if I ever get into a situation where I don't have money, in 2 days I'll be dead. Because of the seizures. It's no joke. I would say long-term benzo use is more dangerous than short-term fentanyl use. It'll kill you. That's probably the only drug besides alcohol that will kill you if you stop it. You know, I just never thought I'd be here. I know I look okay right now because, like, I just got these clothes yesterday. But man, like, I've been a month and a half without a shower. Like, it gets bad. It gets bad. I found someone dead 2 days ago. You know? Like, when...
You hang out in MacArthur Park, you told me?
Yeah. Yeah. And I carry a lot of Narcan. And, Buddy was on his face. He was face down. So I put him in recovery position. I had 5 Narcans. Immediately, I didn't wait. I went boom, 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 boom. I just shot all 5 into him. And he was already gone. Like, he had a mom. He had a dad. He had friends at one point that loved him. And and there's so much I can't say on this camera. So much I can't say.
About what?
Where... the ease of access.
Of what?
Of every drug.
Oh, yeah. On Skid Row, you can get anything you want.
No, not Skid Row. MacArthur Park.
Same thing. I mean, they're very similar. They're slightly different. There's a little more African-American population on Skid Row.
Well, it's Crips over there.
Yeah.
And it's not it's not MS-13 anymore. It was beautiful when it was MS-13. But I don't know the name of the new gang. But I mean, I'll just go out on a limb and say this, but like, I'd say the big stores are making probably over $1 million a day. Yeah. And the police can't do anything about it. Unless they got the military in there, because I don't want to say too much, but like, and I think the police know that.
But there are stores that are selling these drugs?
I didn't say that.
I know. You did not say that.
I did not say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not say that.
You did not say that.
But the police know about it. They know about it.
If you had your life to live all over again, are there things you would have done differently?
Oh my God, everything. Growing up through high school, I wouldn't have experimented the drugs I did. I mean, I would have like probably smoked pot, drank alcohol like a normal person, but I just always pushed and pushed and pushed. Like, I was 14. And I remember at 14 I did DMT, acid, ketamine, Molly. There's no drug I haven't done. None.
There's something about Xanax that just made you...
Oh, Xanax is just, it's, yeah. 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 Xanax and opiates.
Mm-hmm.
Opiates, the only way I can describe it is imagine you have no clothes on and you're laying in the snow and you're shivering. You're shivering, you're about to die. You're so cold. And then someone just drags you inside where it's 80 degrees. They put a blanket over you and they give you hot tea. And you're right next to a fireplace. Like, it's warmth. Like, man, this sucks.
Are you afraid to go to rehab tomorrow?
No, I'm excited.
But you were excited the other 15 times?
No,
No?
not at all.
Were you forced to go, or what was the situation then?
I was forced to go a couple times. I went a couple times on my own. But this time, I'm gonna be honest, like, I miss my family so much.
Are you tired of your own bullshit?
Yeah. And I think they're okay with me taking methadone. So yeah, I've got to keep doing something. So I'm gonna go to rehab, and I'm actually gonna follow through with it. As hard as it is, because I have to do 10 days there, then 90 days at Claire Matrix.
How old are you?
It's a little scary. I mean, the withdrawals are... Talk about... Withdrawals are like...
Withdrawals from the Xanax or from the fentanyl?
Okay, withdrawals from Xanax is like anxiety times 1 billion.
Really?
I don't want to go outside. I would want to be in a car, just like huddled up, lock the car, and just let me stay in. That's how bad my anxiety
And no one can talk you out of it. You're just going to be afraid of everything.
Yeah. Sometimes I think I have agoraphobia. But I don't think it's... I don't know. Heroin withdrawal. I'm in heroin withdrawal right now. Not super bad.
Fentanyl or heroin?
Fentanyl. I used to live in... Before this, I lived in Boulder, and we could still get heroin there.
Yeah.
And I like heroin way more than fentanyl.
Yeah, it's fun. It's really almost a tragedy how heroin's like no longer available. Heroin's almost like a good thing now compared to fentanyl. Fentanyl's such an awful drug.
Well, think about it. With heroin, I could fix twice a day. I could fix in the morning, and I could fix at night. And that was it. With fentanyl, you've got to fix 10, 15 times a day. I mean, it lasts like an hour and a half.
But there are people who have been pretty functional and been creative and all that stuff on heroin. On fentanyl, nobody's doing shit.
No.
You're just
No.
passing out and getting robbed.
Exactly. And I can't believe you realize that.
Well, I've
Because I've just never met anyone who's smart enough to realize that.
well, I've seen so many people doing this, and it's the most ridiculous behavior ever. But I understand when you're addicted to heroin, and they stop giving you the heroin, you're going to need something. And there's this, what's fentanyl? So it'll take care of your problem, it'll fix it. But next thing you know, you're addicted to this drug, which is useless.
Yeah, it's garbage. It's
garbage.
garbage.
Yeah, it's the worst.
It's garbage.
And then it's a pretty good chance you're going to die from it as well.
Yeah. Want to know how bad things get out here? It was like 40. It was cold, and I only had a little bit of dope, and I've shot out all my veins, except for my feet, and man, I just took the last of what I had, and I drew it up, and I just shot it in my foot, and as a kid, you could not get me to take a shot. I was terrified of needles, but it gets to the point where, if it's possibly gonna help me, I'm gonna do it. It's just so. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. It's evil. It's evil, and it's like a curse. That's what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very cognizant of where I'm going. I know I'm about to do my best to be sober, or at least just on methadone, because I can function on methadone. But man,
How old are you now?
25.
25. You're young.
People have been telling me that since I was 18.
Yeah, but eventually, in the situation you're in, if you don't get clean, you're going to be 35, 45.
Oh, and that scares shit out of me.
You'll be missing some teeth.
It scares me so much. Yeah. Because the first rehab I went to at 17, a man pulled me to the side, and he said, "Now, son, I have a word of advice for you. You don't want to keep coming to these places when you're my age." I remember that so vividly. And I'm like, fuck him. Fuck him. He doesn't know me. I can use drugs successfully. Who's he to tell me what to do? That was the most correct thing I've ever heard. No, yeah, I mean, he hit the nail on the head.
It's amazing how many drug addicts seem to think they're doing it just fine. They can handle it.
Yeah. Yeah. It always comes crashing down.
But they're living like a rat. They seem to think that's all right.
Yeah. 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 Living like a rat. It's unbelievable. I mean, you've seen it. You see it every day.
No, the shit that goes on. I have another studio on Skid Row. The shit that goes on Skid Row and MacArthur Park is unbelievable.
I was just at MacArthur Park yesterday, and I heard bang, bang. Big bangs. I'm from Mississippi. I know what a gun sounds like. This was probably a 45. Because I had the big boom. Yeah, someone... I followed it because I knew it was a gunshot. Yeah, somebody got shot and killed on... not on Alvarado, but behind Alvarado. And yeah, the trauma team got there. They couldn't. I mean, they coded him. He didn't make it. They had the tent over him, and yeah, it's bad. And I really wish I could tell you how it works over there. I really wish I could.
But you put your life in danger if you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope you stick with the rehab, and I hope you get away from here.
I do too. I want to go back to Colorado. That's where I was happiest. I was a ski instructor and a personal trainer, believe it or not. Yeah.
I believe it.
But yeah, I remain hopeful. Because if you
Your family will
if
take
you
it.
give up on yourself, then you're not gonna make it.
You're done.
Yeah.
Your family will take you back if you get your shit together.
I believe that. I hope.
Will you give me a call in a year or so? Let me know how you're doing,
Will.
especially if you're clean.
Yeah.
I'd love to see you again.
Yeah. 100%.
Thomas, thank you so much for coming in and sharing your story.
Thank you.
You can do it.
I know I can.